Part 2. And then Miss Yvette Carnell stated that most business loans that are given to black people in America are more towards immigrant people. And again, I would honestly give her a break if she was referring to Mexican immigrants and basically any immigrants that are not black. I would be on her side in what she said and I wouldn't even counter it. I would say she's correct. But when you say all immigrants, including the black ones, you're far off. In America, first of all, let's get this point uh, clarified. Black people all around the world are going through the hardships in America, if not even more harder. So we need to get that out the way. In fact, I want to jump back to what I was saying and then I'll continue and piggyback where I just left off from here because I want to continue what she was saying. She also stated that then she said you don't know that much enough to even make the criticisms about anybody black in America. First of all, you have to stop generalizing things. You can't take one situation that you've been in and seen and then make it into a whole majority based group because that's false statement. You can't say whatever Bobby Jindal is talking about and then say well black Americans do the same thing. I mean black immigrants do the same thing against black Americans. First of all, growing up in America all my life, especially growing up in the school systems of America, I've always gotten beaten up not even because I've done nothing to another black person, all because of my parents speaking with different accents and coming from Haiti. I've been beaten up all my life. In fact, in the early 90s, they used to have a game where they shake my hands, congratulations, you're a Haitian, and slap the hell out you. I mean, I'm not trying to cry here. I don't have a sob story here because if anything, it made me a stronger man. But if we're gonna nitpick, let's just be honest. When you're a black person and you speak in an accent, even your own peers, your own group of black people in America will belittle you and basically tease you because of the fact that you're different. And the reason why I'm not trying to make it a black Americans versus Africans or whatever black immigrants, whatever countries your parents come from, is because I understood they're coming from a place of ignorance they didn't know. Or maybe they heard mommy and daddy saying, well, this black person, this Haitian, he gets better than us, more house, more clothes. And it's just a place of hate. The main public has a way of conditioning black people to hate upon each other. And it seems Ms. Yvette has been given that same disease. Something went wrong in her life cycle where maybe a black immigrant said something wrong to her and she feels the way she feels. Now imagine what she has to go through being a light-skinned African American. And I know she has to go through the same traits that immigrant black people go through, the whole yellow skin, light skin, house nigger, and all those type of things. Because the same thing could be said to you because you're a mixture of white race. Because it seems you're mixed with some type of origins of Caucasian, and I'm not trying to say anything wrong with that. I'm just using your logic once again with the whole immigrants, no matter where you come from statement. It just seems not coming from a logical standpoint. And even if it's coming from a logical standpoint, if it is, and you guys want to argue with me, it is coming from a logical standpoint. Then you're letting me know that white clan members from the Ku Klux Klan, which is the origin of the masonry, but we're not gonna even go deeper into that too. But you're making them seem as if they're right too, because you're saying again that we owe you a thank you. And when you say we, as if you're not even black or we're not even black, it's the same fight, sister. In fact, you can make a claim that if you go to any other countries that's not America, black people go through more suffering than the black Americans go through. And yes, I understand you're gonna tell me longer years of slavery. Well, some black nations didn't when blacks were so-called free because we were never free. But if you want to say, since you're arguing and saying the freedom fighters and we're free, so the years that we so-called became free, blacks around other countries were still going through far hardships, slavery, lynchings is not even a word what they were going through. I mean, Tesco still being torn off. I mean, even in this country too, in America, this freedom you keep talking about, blacks in America alone are not even free. All of us, black people throughout the world, it's a systematic breakdown against the Asiatic man and women. And it seems like you're not even part of the same struggle anymore, sister. You're coming from a place of hate, dividing all of us just to benefit you and your hatred toward whatever is suppressing your hate right now. Is not really a fair criticism to say all immigrants of all color. You would have been right if you kept it immigrants who are not black. Let's continue on. Then she talked about they have to remember the freedom struggles. But if you're going to use that logic, you have to remember what black people all around the world went through, including the Haitians. I'm going to talk about again. If you want to talk about freedom struggles of civil rights, it doesn't even compare to what a group of Haitians have done. They fought off two different countries, Spain and also France with just machetes and hope and a dream to go back to the so-called motherland. And the reason I'm saying so-called motherland, I don't go deep into Africa or whatnot because I look at the whole continent as one before the Platonic shifting. So in other words, I look at all the continents embedded in one. I don't break it down by continents. It's not logical sense at all. We all stemming from the same world, and we're all electric force inhabited in the same place you call planet Earth. And anyways, let's go back into what she's stating. She also said that she said you don't if you don't have that lineage nor frame from a black America, you don't know the struggle and you don't know what we're going through. Therefore, you can't have any reasoning or any input and say what goes on for black American citizens of America. If that's the case and you're gonna use that logic, you can't then say Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter will be saying black people of all the worlds. If you want to generalize and just make it a black American situations of pain and hardship that the black man goes through is only a black American thing, then you can't say black this or black that. Everything you now say have to say the black American. And if you do have to clearly understand now, if you do take that aspect, that only black Americans go through this and this and that, then the whole world of black struggle have a right to shut down and continuing and closing their eyes towards the black American pain, which is also a false lie.